The paper has two research questions that are based on the two perceptions that it will tackle. First would be the community perspective on policing. The question is as follows: how do the citizens of both Manila and Las Piñas City, both of which have police departments that have committed towards the application of the Community and Service Oriented Policing, or the CSOP program, differ in their views towards the police, community relations, and their role in the development of the community? In assessing the merit of the research question, we have to follow a few criteria. In terms of clarity, the question makes use of a precedent in the form of the resolution, which, along with the areas mentioned, acts as the context of the question. Besides this, the question specifically states the main concept that's being tackled by the paper, which are the perceptions of the public on the operations of their respective police force. In terms of testability, the nature of the concepts being measured are obtainable either through existing databases, like previous research or surveys conducted, but also through direct interactions with the object of the research, which in this case takes the form of the individuals or the residents of the city. This can be done through interviews or focus group discussions. In terms of originality, the existing literature suggests that this topic has been extensively researched using various frameworks, lenses, or contexts. But what sets this apart is the comparative nature of the study and the context, which is seen in the city-based approach of the inquiry. Many have studied the community relations of the PNP, but based on a preliminary reading of the literature, none have used the same contextual factors such as the place and the setup, which is included in the paper. The theoretical significance, on the other hand, is based on how the question frames itself under the application of the everyday politics framework, specifically the use of the perceptions of the public towards an authoritative figure, which in this case would be the police, and how their actions affect each other. In terms of political relevance, the question aims to critique the effect that the CSOP Act has had for over a decade in its conception, and to test if the people are aware of its implementation and how it has impacted their perception on the operations of their respective police force. Under this category of research question, there are a few sub-questions that work off of the concepts espoused. The first sub-question would be, how do the citizens of Manila, which has a relatively high crime index, compare to the citizens of Las Piñas, with a significantly lower crime index, when it comes to how they view the efforts of their police department toward implementing crime preventive programs within their cities? The second sub-question, do more police-public non-enforcement interactions improve the perceptions of the public towards the effectiveness of the police when it comes to their duties? Lastly, how do the citizens of Manila, who have had a tumultuous relationship with the police due to the previous administrations, view the current police-community relationship? As for the second category of research questions, which is now based on the police's perspective on the roles of the public in security and their crime prevention programs, the main research question is as follows: how do the police of both cities, who have been given a more crime-oriented program and strategies, differ in their views on community policing and development? In assessing the merit of this research question, again, you have to ask about its first clarity. Similar to the first category, the research question is constructed so as to make the main concepts clear. In this case, the concepts are shifted to the perceptions of the police on both the strategies emphasized by their Central Regional Command, or the NCRPO, in relation to the mandate put forth by the resolution mentioned before. Testability Similarly, the data needed for this question varies but is highly available in online databases, or for the case of the current study, would be obtained directly from interviews and discourses between the researcher and the police officers. Originality, same as the first research question, the setup of the experiment is innately unique to this research, and the research question applies this type of uniqueness in its approach, in the concepts that are used, and the context that is laid out. Though these research questions adhere to the principles of a good qualitative empirical research question, they are susceptible to further revisions as the understanding of the researcher on the topic continues. But these serve as a good foundation for the research moving forward because of the concepts espoused and the basic process of collecting the data that are presented.